Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and Boatcock Brothers Premium Cigars. Use the code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15. 15% off your order. Okay, y'all. Good morning. What's up? Hope everybody's Thursday's off to a great start. Steamrolling toward the weekend. Interesting. Just as quickly as the football season gets here, it just seems to fly by. Already week 2 of the college football season upon us, and you've also got Thursday night football tonight as the NFL season opens with the defending champs, the Eagles, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Sans Micah Parsons. Nobody happier than Jerry Jones's decision, no doubt, than Jalen Hurts tonight. We get the college schedule for tonight here in just a quick second. And there we go. But it is opening night in the NFL, and the Cowboys had a disappointing year a season ago, obviously, but that had more to do with Dak Prescott's injury and playing a bunch of backups at quarterback. Now you have Dak returning. So Dak and the Cowboys at the Eagles tonight, 7:20 on NBC and Peacock on opening night. The Eagles are an 8.5-point favorite. My goodness. That's a little jarring to see the Eagles at 8.5. Like we've talked about before, you just don't see many touchdown point spreads in the NFL. Like the Chiefs Chargers, Chiefs 3.5, Saints Cardinals 6.5. Bucks Falcons is 1.5, Bengals Browns is 5.5, Colts Dolphins 1.5, 2.5, 2.5. There's another 6.5. Washington against the Giants 3.5. Well, that's a big one too. Look at that. Denver 8.5 over the Titans. It's crazy that last year there were 9 spreads of a touchdown or more, I think, in the NFL. And you got 2 this weekend and then another close one there with the Saints. But anyway, so obviously like the Eagles tonight. Pretty potent team, defending champs, good quarterback, tons of talent, which they added to this offseason as well. So Eagles, Cowboys get it started tonight for the NFL. College games tonight here for highlighting week 2. Excuse me. Actually, there is no college game tonight. That stinks. I guess they're respecting opening night in the NFL. So no college games tonight. You've got 4 tomorrow on Friday. James Madison, Louisville, Western Illinois, Northwestern, Northern Illinois at Maryland, and then Eastern Washington at Boise State. So you got 4 tomorrow. All right, let's say some good morning, y'all. Please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Glad to have you with us as always. Tiger Poppy, Jalen, Ben, Thomas, Abner. Good morning, everybody. Lloyd, Jeremy, Craig, Brian, everybody getting in this morning. Appreciate y'all. Bradley, Aaron, Cartel, good morning. Ian, morning, Matt. I'm looking to get into podcasting. Love the way your microphone sounds. What brand do you use? So these are studio microphones. So these are the ones that we use at our radio studio. So this is called an RE20, RE20 is the microphone that I use. I was going to show you the box, but I can't find it. But it's a great mic. It's an expensive mic, but It's it's a studio quality microphone, and it's an XLR, so it's not a USB. An XLR is this. It's the three-pronged back of a microphone. So you would need an audio board as well to plug this into. Like you couldn't just like there's some mics that are USB, like you plug a USB mic directly. Like I'm doing this on a streaming laptop. Like you could plug a USB mic straight to a streaming laptop. But if you want something like this, you have to have another piece of hardware with an audio board. Thomas, let's go. Get ready, Dale. Here comes day 4. Haters. Hunter, morning. When will you give Florida some respect when they beat LSU? Well, they beat LSU last year. Was in Gainesville, always a tough place to play. I just am not sold on DJ Lagway. He basically threw as many picks as he did touchdowns last year. I believe his stats are inflated because he threw for 500 yards against an FCS team. Was it last year that they played when he got the start after Mertz got hurt? And by the way, I'm not saying he won't be awesome. He might be awesome. I need to see it in a larger sample size with Lagway. I need to see him be really good. So it was Samford. So he threw for 456 and 3 touchdowns against Samford last year. So in the season, he threw for 1,915 yards. He threw for 12 touchdowns and 9 picks. I mean, he was objectively not great last year. And I don't think that Napier has built a roster capable of competing. And then when you at the highest level, and then when you leverage that against their schedule, I don't know. I mean, they go Long Island, South Florida, and then they're at LSU, at Miami, which that doesn't look easy. Then they get Texas at home after Texas has 3 weeks to go figure it out. And then they go at A&M. I mean, LSU at Miami, Texas at A&M. You get a little bit of a breather with Mississippi State at home. Then you got to play Georgia. You go to Kentucky, to Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Florida State. I mean, bro, that's a 7-5 football team. If Napier does any better than 7-5, congrats. Heck of a job. Colin Coward hasn't mentioned LSU beating Clemson. Find that interesting. Why? I don't understand why that's interesting. I don't think I've listened to Cowherd since he left ESPN. Time of day and where his show is and all. I mean, there's no radio that carries him in Baton Rouge, and I'll watch him on TV. So I really don't understand why. Not a shot. I think Cowherd does a great job. I don't understand why it's a big deal. Jax, good morning. One of the things sounds like Jay. Would be interesting to ask BK if there's something there. Jay Johnson, I don't know if that is rooted in that. Remember, Joe Sloan did the same thing. A lot of coaches do that. Like Joe Sloan in 2019, after every game, he would tweet 1-0. So I think it's a pretty common thing. Just focus on the now. Jeffrey, Aaron, good morning. Lloyd, let's see. Thinking about how interesting it would be if LSU played Michigan in the playoff. Under would be facing the defense he helped create. It is interesting. Hey, Blaine, Seth, Brad, good morning. You think DeBoer will privately say he wishes he would have stayed in Washington? He nearly won a championship there and didn't have pressure like he does in Tuscaloosa. So he didn't nearly win a championship. It is important to note. He did get to a championship game and got blown out. So I don't think he nearly won a championship. Sorry, I thought I heard Drew sing a little bit. So I understand your point, and maybe in a literal sense, in saying they played a championship game, you could say he nearly won a championship, but they were really not close. And I think also to realistically think going into the Big Ten that Washington was going to have that opportunity again, probably not likely. That's just not a program that's invested the resources into being a championship program. So I don't know. I think it's one of those things where if you were offered the job and didn't take it, you'd probably always regret not going, like Nick Saban going to Miami. If Nick Saban had stayed at LSU, he probably would have always had this longing, like, what if? What if I had tried the NFL? But the old adage, man, the grass is not always greener. Hey, Ronnie, good morning. You said Jordy left media. He did, yeah. Stopped doing media. Steve, good morning. I love the demise of the most vile, disgusting organization on the planet that is the Dallas Cowboys. Hate them, but I love waking up with you. Have a fantastic day, sir. I don't have hatred for the Cowboys. Why are they the most vile, disgusting organization? I mean, Jerry Jones has done a brilliant job marketing and building a brand around the Dallas Cowboys over the last 35 years. Excuse me. That I think is undeniable. I think he's a very bad GM. I think he's a good owner in that he has grown that organization into one of the wealthiest sports organizations in the world. So he's very good at the business side and the branding side. He's not very good at the football side. But I don't think they're vile or disgusting. I mean, I don't have any reason to say that. Bob, good morning. What's the over on camera shots of Jerry Jones tonight? 6.5. Ronnie, haven't listened in a while. It's all right, Ronnie. Always glad to have you. Hey, Jason, good morning. Patrick, good morning. Matt and Drew, start of the NFL season has my memory taking me back to an old commercial where a few guys are picking fantasy teams. One of them drives TJ Hujimama, claims championship. TJ Hushmadilla. TJ Hushmazode. You mean TJ Hushmanzada? That's it. Lock it up. Championship. TJ Hushmadilla. That was a good one. I liked it a lot. The challenge you have with stuff like that is when you don't remember what the commercial was for, did you really brand it well? The commercial was great and memorable, but they didn't brand the product. I don't even know what that was a commercial for. TJ Hushmadilla.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, if you need North Peach, go to Brock, and the free Friday night clinic starts tomorrow, year 30 something. Increíble. The free Friday night clinic over at Brock. Love our friends at Brock. They do an awesome job. 8080 Bluebonnet. So Bluebonnet right near Perkins. The Brock right there near Perkins. And anybody who any coach, player, cheerleader, band member, anybody who's injured on Friday night can go see a doctor for free, no charge, no ER line waits or anything like that. Free Friday night clinic over at Brock starts tomorrow. Good luck to all the high school athletes this year. Hope everyone has a great season and teams do really well, and you'll make memories for forever, man. It's a great time of year, great time in your life to be able to go play this football Friday night. So, all right. TJ Hushmadilla. Hey, Roger, good morning. Clemson fans have been quiet this week. Wouldn't you be? What do you got to say? Jason Horn, suck a Dale and crew, crank it up, Scone. Hey, Jacob, is the LSU defense legit? Yeah. I mean, they just went to Clemson and played a really good offense with a veteran quarterback and a lot of skill guys and a veteran offensive line and held them to 10 points in their home field. Yeah. Patrick, there's a company called Rode that makes great XLR microphones for affordable prices. This actually, my audio board is a Rodecaster, and the wireless mics we use are Rode. Rode is a great company, great products. We use a lot of. Ashton, good morning. Do you have an injury update for LSU this week? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the only injury is Destin Hill with the broken hand. I mean, obviously Solomon Thomas is still out, but everybody else is good to go. Damian Ramos just had a cramp. So Tigers have been pretty healthy, man. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, and all that good stuff. Hey, Blaine, hope LSU's defense is for real. Do you think it is? Yes. I mean, it's hard not to say that it's for real because the other thing too, and I would highly recommend if you get a chance to go watch the Hannycast. So that's Charles Hannegriff, Richard Dixon, and they do it on YouTube. I'll drop the link in here too, by the way, for those that are interested. And they do a film study, and it's a great illustration of here it is. Here we go. Richard does a great job of breaking down the film, and in particular, like the end sequence. The last two plays of the game for Clemson, they had receivers wide open. LSU had coverage busts on the third and fourth down plays at the end of the game. And pressure forced Cade Klubnik to miss. The blitz was a crossover blitz, like at the line of scrimmage with Weeks and Perkins. And Klubnik had no idea where the pressure was coming from, so he rolled to his right. If he had just stepped up in the pocket, the seam was wide open. Tamarcus Cooley busted. It was a touchdown. It was a tie game. But here comes Harold Perkins, like a shot out of a cannon, and Klubnik rolls to his right and just has to throw the ball away. They're really good. They're really good. Lagway to QBR 30 week one. I mean, they beat Long Island 55-0. Yeah, he didn't play the second half. I mean, whatever. The tests are coming. Christian, good morning. Given what happened week one, who is LSU's toughest opponent left? I mean, I would say it's one of the three road games. At Ole Miss, at Bama, or at Oklahoma, not counting at Vanderbilt. I mean, you have tough home games. It's the SEC, right? I think Florida will be a tough game. South Carolina, A&M, those should be tough games. I just think LSU's better. Just tougher to go on the road. Weston, good morning. Ryan will be down there next week for the Gold game. Can't wait. Make defense great again. I got news for Florida. They better not go half-stepping into that USF game this week. Lee Hunter, high school football kicking off tonight. Any games you're looking forward to? Catholic and Destrehan. I know it's not tonight, but Cody, Lagway's overhyped because of how bad Florida as a whole is. Well, Lagway was a 5-star, and there's a lot of very smart quarterback people that I trust that have raved about Lagway's ability. So I'm not doubting that at all. But there have been a lot of quarterbacks with great ability that weren't great in college or didn't lead their teams to tons of wins in college. And this could be an example of that. Cartel, let's see, with the calf injury Chase recently countered, is there any chance we see Sheen Davis or Fadil Diggs return to the 53-man roster? It's an interesting one. Well, let me see what the injury report looks like today, because Chase Young was limited yesterday. Now, I know Nick Underhill had the report last night that he could be in jeopardy for Sunday, but generally, if you're practicing, if you're limited, you're out there. Like, I would be concerned if by Thursday you're not practicing at all, certainly by Friday. But if he's limited again today, now if he's downgraded today from limited to out, or to a DNP, then I'd be concerned. Survivors and more. You mentioned Super Bowl with Burrow. Look out for the Commanders. Who are you hoping win if they match up? Yeah, good question. Probably, I don't know. Can I just cheer for a good game? I'd be happy for either guy that won. That's a cop out. If you made me pick, I'd probably go Burrow just because he's older. I think he's still got a long career ahead of him, but he's been once and lost. And there's no guarantee he'll ever get back. Everybody always brings up Dan Marino, went in his second year and never went back. I'd be happy for either guy if it ended up Bengals Commanders. Patrick, Jason, good morning. Sean, good morning. Tough news for Walker Howard. Going to be a long season in Lafayette. That sucks, man. Yeah, we had the report over at LouisianaSports.net. So Walker Howard, if you missed it on Saturday in the fourth quarter of the Cajuns game in their opener against Rice, Walker, it was a fourth down run, and he took a shot, was injured, went back in the game, threw a 25-yard completion, but then couldn't continue, and he went down, and everyone thought it was a non-contact deal because of how he went down. But it wasn't. It was an oblique, and he's flying to Birmingham today to see a specialist at Dr. James Andrews' place in Birmingham, and they'll determine the severity. But look, if you're going to Birmingham to see a specialist, let's just be honest. Let's call it what it is. That's not an oblique strain. Let's call it what it is. You don't go see a specialist for a strain. So that's a bummer. I'm very disappointed for Walker. On the other hand, I'm very excited for Daniel Beal, who was a 4-year starter at Catholic, led Catholic to 3 state championships. And he's going to connect with Shelton Sampson again. Shelton had 4 drops the other night. It's a bummer, man. He's so physically gifted. It feels like it's a little between the years right now for Shelton, but he's probably the most physically gifted receiver ever to play in that program. So I'm pulling for Beal, certainly. I'm so disappointed for Walker. This long journey, and then finally gets a chance to start. And anyway. Hey, Dick Tilley, good morning. Mr. Tilley Sr., sir. Sean, think the Saints make midseason trades? I doubt it. Quentin, good morning. Canary, good morning. Why did the Saints sign another UDFA at quarterback? So you're talking about, were you talking about Jake Haener, or are you talking about hang on, Montana State, what's the kid's name? Hang on. Kid, young man, guy. Here it is. Tommy Malott. So they signed Tommy Malott to the practice squad. He is a kind of described as a Taysom Hill type quarterback, can play receiver. Montana State is where he's from. So I thought so. I think I said Montana State. So he was a college quarterback, played receiver, was drafted in the 6th round. He was not undrafted. He was drafted in the 6th round by the Raiders. Played receiver with the Raiders, let go at roster cuts. I think the thing is that he could play, super athletic guy that could play multiple spots on the offense. I think that's probably the approach there. I think you mean Joe Brady, not Sloan. Oh, did I say Sloan? My bad. Yeah, Brady. In 2019, Joe Brady would tweet, want to know after every game. Devin Johnson had ACL surgery yesterday at Therapy Today on the Up and Up Go Tigers. Hey, Devin. Good luck with rehab and recovery and therapy and all that sort of stuff, man. And glad you got to make the trip to Clemson, man. That's awesome. Robbie, good morning. If Kalen DeBoer gets fired, I could see Bama hiring Gruden or Lane Kiffin. Your thoughts? Maybe. I saw some odds this week that actually had Tommy Reese as the betting favorite, which is odd. I mean, remember, Caitlin DeBoer was not their first choice. Kirby told him no, and Sark told him no, and Dan Lanning told him no, and they went down the list a little bit before they landed on DeBoer. So it's not as simple as saying we're just going to get whoever we want. Always be careful of that, man. Is Kamara in for a decent year? Yeah, if he stays healthy. You'll be mindful. If you fire someone, make sure you got the replacement ready to go. Are you sure you can replace him with someone better? Leon, good morning. That was always my thing with Les Miles. People wanted to run Les Miles. I said, okay, you fire Les Miles. Who are you going to hire? Tell me who you're going to hire. Look where you landed. Hey, Ronnie. I haven't listened to Jordy. No, he had his own show. Yeah, when he left Guarantee, he started his own YouTube thing for a while, and just recently just left. Chance thinks Sloan's excited to play his old team. Maybe. I mean, he was there for a decade, so did a lot of good things there for a long time. But I mean, there's no like bad blood or anything like that. Yeah, saw JT Gray sign with the Ravens. I mean, that's the upset of the decade, right? Not going to the Broncos. Let's go. Irfan Sayad, Guy Brooks, Rocky Killian. Good morning, y'all. Locked On was great yesterday. Love the bonus editions. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Whenever there's a Locked On Bama has been great this week. Have they mentioned me? Yeah, whenever there's a story that I feel like deserves its own episode that I don't want to just cram into one segment in the benchmark Locked On 30-minute show, I'll throw out a bonus episode when I have time. So was glad to do that yesterday. Kenneth, good morning, Matt. Are you surprised Clemson media didn't ask Dabo about Brian Kelly's response to his grading comments? I don't know when they've had another if they've had another media availability. So I'm like, if I recall, maybe today, because Dabo's coach's show, like his call-in show, was like on Monday, and then he met with reporters on Tuesday. I don't know when the next time he meets reporters, and I doubt they will. It was 7:16. Major talking head said Alabama's biggest issue is that its best player, Ryan Williams, is an alphabet soldier, alluding to the fact that DeBoer has to walk on eggshells just to coach. Thoughts? What does that mean? Alphabet soldier. I don't know what that means. Anyway, okay, y'all. I got to go. Thanks. What's up with Brady Quinn's hate for Brian Kelly? All Notre Dame people are sour that Brian Kelly left because Notre Dame people believe Notre Dame is the greatest place in the world and no one should ever leave Notre Dame. That's why. Okay, I got to go. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. All of our sponsors are linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook, and all the info is always just scrolling there at the bottom if you ever need our links. Everything is linked in the YouTube description. Locked On LSU is live. By the way, on Locked On LSU today, I do give you some details about Tristan Keys. All right, y'all have a great day. See you. Peace.